Coffee with Ebraheem.
Welcome to Coffee with Ebraheem. This podcast is about real people, real struggles, and the strength it takes to bloom after life's hardest moments. So grab your coffee and let us begin. Okay, Ms. Dahl, welcome to Coffee with Ebraheem.
Thank you so much for having me.
However, this is a very special segment after 9 episodes.
I like the fact I'm number 9. It's my favorite number.
And this is actually not Coffee with Ebraheem. This is actually Tea with Ebraheem.
Okay.
The reason why it's Tea with Ebraheem because quite a while ago I was spilling tea on my TikTok, and I told my viewers on TikTok that that I was going to do this podcast. Mm-hmm. And to speak about different subjects and different situations and different people and, the region and where we work in, and in particularly working with certain influencers from our region,
Okay.
And a lot of my my audience were like, oh my God, we can't wait to watch. And then you contacted me and you said, Ebraheem, I have some stories to tell you.
Yes.
So before we start the storytelling session,
Yes.
we're going to have some tea.
Sure, why not?
Okay? Because we have to actually spill the tea to break in the...
I actually like the latest tea.
Okay.
And I'm here for the latest tea.
You have some tea, please. So this is not Coffee with Ebraheem, this is Tea with Ebraheem. And then we have the famous teapot. This was all over my social media.
Mm-hmm. That looks really interesting.
So it's quite special.
Yeah.
The reason why is because I designed this from scratch about 10 years ago.
Wow.
It's a Forever Rose teapot exclusively made for us. And it's quite a few cool things. Here there's a key. That's the key right there. And then my heart is there, so it's a key to my heart.
Beautiful. Can I have the key to your heart? Or can I take this, please?
You can take this stuff. You have one for you as a gift. When you
Wow, really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Because it's my honor for you to be here and to tell your stories.
Thank you
But
so much.
before we get into the actual tea spilling, I
Yeah.
want the audience to know who is Dahl outside of social media. Mm-hmm. I know all the time there's a lot of people when the camera starts, they actually change their personality.
Yeah.
You're one of the people that on camera, off camera, pretty much yourself, which I appreciate about you.
Yeah, thank you.
But for the viewers who don't see your whole life, where were you born? How did you come to Dubai?
Yeah.
What do you do here?
So basically, I've lived here for almost 2 decades.
20 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm Indian origin. I was born in Bombay. And I moved here when I was pretty young.
Can we just talk about how much I love Mumbai?
I know, right?
When I arrived in Mumbai the first time, this was the first thing I did. So I went there. I told them, take me directly to this place called Naturals Ice Cream.
No way.
Which is right next to the Oberoi.
In town, yeah.
I walked right in and I knew exactly what I wanted.
Okay.
Tender coconut and custard apple.
Wow. You
People
really
were
are
like-
a fan of it.
I'm like, how do you know? I'm like, my friends, they all had it and I had to have it.
Yeah.
And I spoke to the owners actually. Well, my friends spoke to the owners to bring it to Dubai. They were not interested.
Really?
And I was like, why? Because they're so busy in India, they cannot keep up. And it's also very hard because they're using a lot of natural ice cream, natural
and it's
fruit.
difficult to
And it's
probably,
difficult to bring it,
bring it over.
So you're a Mumbai girl?
Yeah, and I actually went to boarding school.
No way.
Yeah, I went to boarding school when I was 5.
That's why you're misbehaving?
Oh, not exactly. That's why I guess I'm so independent. So I went to boarding school when I was 5. My sister actually moved here.
In India?
In India, yeah. It was in one of the hill stations that I went to. My sister and I moved here. I mean, basically, she moved here before me. And, I followed her right after. And she's married now. She lives in France.
How old were you when you came to Dubai?
16.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally.
Quite young.
Yeah.
So who was here when you came in?
It was my sister. She was here.
Your parents were still in
And my dad and my dad's wife are back home. Okay. And my biological mother passed away. So it was just my dad and my dad's wife.
How old were you when she passed away?
It was actually in 2017. So it wasn't very long ago. Almost. Like, it's been 9 years. So, yeah, it was
And how was that? Like, how did that affect your life? I mean, I know it's not something easy to go through, but...
I mean, you have to be strong. And I feel like losing a parent is not easy. At the end of it, it is your parent. And there's very few times I would cry in my life. And when you lose people by life or death, that's when it actually brings tears to your eyes, I guess. And the day she passed away, for like at least 2 years, there's not a single day that I didn't think of her and that I didn't break down at night every time I slept. It was like one of my most emotional moments. And, I guess being in the boarding school and growing up,
So you went to
not
boarding-
having your parents all the
So
time
you went
together.
to boarding school after your mom passed away?
No, I went to boarding school when I was 5.
When you were 5? Okay.
Yeah, when I was 5. And that happened because she was ill, and because of her sickness and stuff. It was just, she was hospitalized and so forth.
For someone that might be going through the same thing, what would you tell them to stay? How would you tell them to be strong? It's maybe something that helped you to be. I know nothing will ever will stop the pain, but
Yeah.
how would you try to get over it?
I guess I was just so, resilient in terms of focusing on my work and focusing on my life. And, you always think that you have a life ahead and what would your parent want for you at the end of it. Because, they spend so much money in educating you, going to school, going to universities. And all I thought was that, okay, if she was with me right now, what she would have said that, you got to focus on your work, you got to focus on your life, making a career, getting married, having kids, like every other parent did. So I guess I was just there thinking about work. I was just trying to keep myself so occupied with work that I didn't want to think about anything else except for that.
There's a lot of pressure in the Indian culture for the woman to get married, right? And
yeah, it is. I mean,
you
but I
think
guess
things are
when
changing?
people, when now it's 2026. So I guess things change and, you don't also want to rush yourself. I have a lot of friends who've gotten married because of the pressure. And then, in a couple of years, you realize that they are separated, divorced, or they're living 2 different lives. I don't want to be one of those people that just because for pressure or because, everyone's telling you or the society is telling you this is how it's supposed to be done. I don't want to fall under pressure and do that because I'm not desperate. I know what's for me will come for me. I do want to, but I'm not desperate.
What's your ideal husband?
I guess someone who thrives just like me and is ambitious, and I would like to build a life together with someone.
I laughed.
Yeah.
I laughed because remember I thought you were going to say someone like you about me. Because remember when you first saved my number in your phone
Actually,
as
Ebraheem,
husband.
I've actually saved your number in my phone as the husband, and then you broke my heart when I saw you get married, and then you gave me higher hopes when unfortunately when I saw your divorce. I was like, okay, there you go, I have my chances now, and here I am. Do I still have my chances? Should I go down on my knees?
We'll see by the end of the podcast.
So yeah, I mean, I guess someone, oh my God, there's a ring right here. Should I go down on my knees?
I don't wear those cheap rings.
Okay. Which one would you prefer? Can you please call Harry Winston? Or Graf? So yeah, I mean, it's someone who I want to build together with. A lot of people also see it as an exit option because you feel that, okay, if I'm now with this person, this person's going to take care of me financially or in whatever way, because unfortunately there's a lot of people out there who do think like that. But for me, it's not an exit strategy that, I want to get married because I'll be taken care of.
Yeah.
Or, it's someone who can pay my bills, etc. I'm really not looking for that. And I feel that when you have that intention and when you operate with that intention, it doesn't really fall together very well.
But one thing I like about you is that a lot of people come to Dubai for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Especially ladies.
Yeah.
But you came to Dubai and you're actually a hard worker. A lot of people look at you, they judge a book by its cover, but they don't understand that you actually have a career in real estate.
Yes, I do. And a lot of people know that. People who know me know that I've been doing this. It was my first job in Dubai, and ever since I started my career, real estate was my first job. It was no looking back.
So how is that going for you?
It's actually amazing, even no matter what the situation is right now.
Where's your clients usually from?
So I have a lot of my clients that are also they're Indian by ethnicity. Sorry, they're Indian, and there's some Europeans.
So I think a lot of Indians they trust buying from Indian because they have that they play that Indian card where they like you're Indian, I'm Indian, like hook it up.
Yeah, I know. I don't really think it's to do with that as well. I guess it's the experience, and they can judge from the way you talk. You're explaining a project.
And they understand each other as well.
Understanding each other.
Your body language, what you speak, the way you speak.
I guess they know, when it's like if someone's bullshitting you, you just know that they're bullshitting representing you,
Exactly,
right? And if
100%.
someone's genuinely trying to explain to you, let me put it that way, I would never sell something to a client that I wouldn't invest in myself.
So what was the biggest sale you ever did?
Oh, it was around 200 million.
What?
Yeah, it was around 200 million, and it was.
And how much
in-
a commission was on that?
Oh, that's a secret. I can't tell you that. If I tell you, I might have to kill you.
Why would you want to kill such a sweet person?
I'm not here disclosing my financial status. I should be asking you that. You're the man. So it was 200 million, and it was, I've also worked with Damac actually for a couple of years, and it was during that period, and it was great.
Nice.
It was great till as well. I mean, even right now, I don't see any threat towards my work. If you see, there's no threat there.
I think when I see conflict, I see opportunity.
Exactly. So there's always people.
And there's a lot of people who need to leave Dubai anyways.
Yeah.
Those people were like the ones that were like, half in, half out. We don't need them. So we're gonna keep it the ones who the OGs. They stay in Dubai.
Yeah, but all my clients, Ebraheem, you'll be surprised. All my clients that I've invested here are all here. They all are literally here, and they're working. They're going to work. They're going to their offices. They're staying wherever they are. There's no fright, fear there, because we're in one of the best countries in the world.
Absolutely.
With the best leadership.
Absolutely. Me too.
If I had to choose over and over again, and if I had to even reincarnate, I would still want to be
I
reincarnated.
think I will always have Dubai as my hub.
Yeah.
But I think I want to travel also. Like I think I want to do like Malaysia. I want to do Singapore.
Traveling
I
is
wanna
different, but
explore.
Dubai is
No,
somewhere.
I mean like I'm business wise. Like
Yeah.
I want to not just travel. I mean
Yeah.
like business to actually open hubs in different regions.
Yeah.
I feel like I came to a point where I did everything I want in Dubai, and I want a more challenge, and that's why I left the US. Is I left the US because it wasn't challenging for me. Then I came to UAE,
Yeah.
and then I went to London, and I want more challenge. I enjoy it because when you travel and when you open business in different regions, you learn more. So Forever Rose is actually we're going to open it in Pakistan.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and Morocco, in Canada, and Toronto.
Okay.
And also in Washington and US.
Wow.
All this year. These are all franchises that have been sold this year. So we're expanding quite well internationally. So I'm super excited about that.
I actually spend a couple of months every year in the United States between LA, New York, and Miami. And I think you should definitely be in LA, because
Yeah, 100%.
that's like the spot. I'd be like your number one client, I can assure you.
Cause I'll let
You just got to have a gym right next door.
to burn the calories.
Exactly.
Okay, so you came to Dubai when you were 16.
Yes.
And you've been here for now 20 years. Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? Like, what do you plan to do? Do you plan to stay here? Do you plan to do bigger things? You want to open a
I
company?
mean, this is a country that I would never want to leave. So I would always want to be here. And I would obviously want to see myself growing more in terms of my career, be around successful people. Hopefully by then, have a successful partner who's equally, who we are, like I said, like I want to find someone and be with someone.
That has the same mindset.
And we are building together. So hopefully I see myself with someone
Anyone
like that.
watching? Her Instagram is what?
Doll_Dax.
Doll_Dax. Where did the word doll come from?
It's just funny because my Instagram is basically legacy verified and not meta verified.
It's what?
Legacy verified is like the original verification where Instagram verifies you, and because now you can
Mine's
pay.
right.
And
Okay.
so that's called legacy verification. So at that point when it was being done, through Instagram, and I wasn't getting my own name because at that time Instagram was very new, and if someone had taken a particular name, you couldn't really take that name. Somebody with the same name.
This is back in 2011, no?
Around that time. And then the guy who was doing it for me, suggested, he said, why don't we just put it as doll_Dax, because the first time when I remember when he saw me I was wearing this whole pink outfit, so I guess that's where he got the idea from. And he's like, why don't we just put this, and later you can change it as and when you like. So I was like, okay. I was like, it's just for the verification, why not? I mean, I'm very proud of my real name, which is Dakshita Kumar, as much as I love it. And he said, just do this. And and I guess that name was just stuck to me on social media. Even people from outside of social media who don't know you will actually come up and tell you doll_Dax, right? They don't, because they don't know your real name. Everyone addresses everyone. Like, I'm sure people address you as Blooming Man.
The blooming.
Yeah, the Blooming Man.
Or bling bling, they call
Yeah,
me.
exactly. Because not everyone registers the fact, because social media is so big right now, everyone's into it. So yeah. So, and then I just kept it a part of me because I just, everyone was like, you know what, it's cool, just leave it. I was like, okay,
So
why
you were
not?
basically an Instagram OG. So you knew the game of Instagram and, and how
of
influencers
course.
work here in Dubai and everything like that.
In fact, very famous influencers right now, when they didn't even know what Instagram was.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think we need to pause. I think we're entering into the segment where the tea is needed. Okay.
Okay, can I have it? Can I have some tea right now?
This is the segment where we're gonna be spilling tea, guys. So pay very close attention. And just for a disclaimer, this is for storytelling purposes only. So tell us.
Yeah, there's,
Once upon a time.
once upon a time,
Okay.
there came something known as Instagram,
Okay. Okay.
which was right after Facebook.
Okay.
And at that point, a lot of people who didn't know what Instagram was, I remember telling them that, you need to download this and it's such a cool app and you can, because Instagram was completely different from MySpace.
So you were telling someone that you knew?
Yeah, a couple of people.
Okay.
And who right now are
The Lulu.
influencers.
So-called.
Yeah, apparently, they think like they're like out there or whatever.
Okay.
But then you gotta humble yourself sometimes, and you need to know where you came from, and who actually asked you and told you how do you download Instagram. Can I explain to you?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So people forget, and that's okay. So
you helped some people.
Yeah.
People to download Instagram.
And tell them what it
happened
was.
next? And then how did you? What happened next?
And then they blew up. They just thought
How?
that.
How many followers did they have? How many did they get? How did it work?
So I
For
guess
someone who doesn't know how Instagram works.
yeah. So
Back in the day.
yeah. So back in the day when they didn't know, a lot of people that they didn't know what Instagram was.
By the way, I got you some calories
Oh,
because
really?
you can't talk shit and not eat calories in the same
Okay.
time. So
I
this
would
is the
love to
Kanafa
see that.
Queen's Kanafa from LA.
I've been
Since you love LA
dying
so much.
to try it, and I
Yeah.
just told you that a few days ago I saw it on one of my girls' Instagrams
Yes,
in
it's literally
LA,
the
and I
best
was like, oh
Kanafa.
my god,
It's the best balance between Kanafa and between tea.
no way!
Yeah. So
I'm so excited.
thank you so much, Saeed.
Thank you so much.
Saeed's
I have to put this-
actually from Bangalore.
No way.
Yeah.
Hi.
You can. This
Do
is
you have to
sugar
put-
syrup, so there's no sugar on this actual piece.
Oh, there
So
isn't?
you can put as much sugar as you want. No, you have to put a little bit of sugar.
Oh, really?
You have to, or else it doesn't taste right.
Okay.
Try a little bit. Like it needs to have at least 3 spoons, at least, to get the right.
Oh, the taste. Okay.
Yeah. And we have to finish this now because, or else once it gets cold, it's not good.
Can I have tissues, please? Oh, it's hot. Oh my god, babe. Incredible. I've never had this before.
So it's buttery.
She literally sends it to you from LA? Wow. I need to get hold of her.
So it's buttery. It's cheesy. It's crunchy, and it makes you want to hug your mom. Going back to Instagram and how it works. So when you were helping the people,
I was helping some people. I remember
okay, how many followers they had? Like,
Reiterating.
how did you do it? Like, how did it happen?
they didn't have no followers. They didn't know what was Instagram. And I remember reiterating and saying, please download Instagram. It's the best thing. You got to see how it works. And I remember they were like, no, what is this? I mean, it's okay. Why should we? It's just another app. I remember literally sitting some people down and saying, just do it. Then they finally did it. Then obviously they got the whole gist of the fact that, there's something known as influencers where you can actually probably make money on it, obviously, by endorsing products or endorsing, businesses. Yeah. And once that came into realization, the next thing I knew was they were buying fake followers.
What?
Yeah, buying fake followers.
How
A million
many?
followers was bought right in front of me.
1 million followers.
1 million followers,
Oh
yeah.
my! I heard of people buying 5,000,
And
10,000.
it was very easy
A
to do
million
that.
followers.
1 million followers, yeah. And it was actually two
So
or
if
three people.
if that person right now has an account of let's say maybe 3 or 4 million, how many do you think are actually followers?
About 80% of them.
80% are fake.
I'll tell you why.
So how-
Because
so they probably only have maybe 400,000 followers.
pretty
actual?
much real.
Maybe less.
Yeah, because I'll tell you why. when the whole
That's cheating, though. That's like, it's messed up because companies, when they're going to be paying you, they're paying you based on how many followers you have. And if your followers are fake, then they're actually giving you money.
I mean, if you ask me, if you genuinely feel, right, that your followers are real or whatever you may call it, why are you on engagement groups? That's number one. Why do you need more comments? And why do you need...
Why do you buy comments?
Buying is one thing,
I
and then
swear
being
to,
on...
there's a person,
Yeah.
okay, that I know, that they buy the comments, and what you can see is immediately...
Yeah, I know.
When they post,
the repeating. Yeah.
No, what killed me with this person is they bought the followers, they bought the comments, but what killed me is when they answered the fake comments as if they're a real person. This for me got me because
it's like
you can
posting
see
an AI picture and accepting comments on it.
It's like
That's exactly
the
what I
names
mean.
of the account is like Jack 728545228, Jack 542578 wrote. Wow. Celine 725442 wrote, I love it. You're amazing. Wow.
Yeah,
love
I know
it.
what
You
mean, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And they all come the same time,
Yeah.
but I got it. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
You're lying to your audience and you're fake and all this, but the fact that you answered the fake comments got me. I accepted all of it except answering. Because then you're just talking to a ghost at that point. I mean, who talks to a bot?
I guess it's a self-belief when they endorse in such things, if you ask me. So coming back to the fact that why I personally feel that 80% of them are fake is because when the followers was bought, and then you have these marketing companies, and I'm sure you also get those messages.
Every day.
Every single
Every
day.
day.
You got to pay me this much. I'll help you increase followers.
Yeah.
So that's an ongoing thing that they're doing with companies that manage them. And for one reason why they're doing it is because unfortunately it's a shallow world out there where the whole thing is all about how many followers you have, and that's how you're going to approach brands, and that's how brands are going to give you much more work, because I don't think brands really have the time to actually sit there and see that okay, let me differentiate between your real and your fake followers.
But
right?
what's amazing now is that the algorithm figure out those fake people.
Yeah.
And what the algorithm now only works based on real content. If you don't have a real content with a real storyline, with a real hook, with real charisma, you don't get views.
I get it. But having said that, I know that these people have signed with these kind of marketing agencies that actually boost it. Instagram also has the feature where you can pay and boost a particular post or a reel to reach out. Nowadays, randomly, I even see some people's reels or pictures coming up, and those people I'm not following, and then it shows, should you follow the person? It's like, why are you on my page? I have nothing to do with you.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean? So that unfortunately is the algorithm working, or the companies that they work with. So that's something which is, you can't stop that. It's unstoppable. It's just going to happen, and that's the whole gist of it. So I know that it's an ongoing thing that's happening, and as much as they can claim that no, it's this and that, and I'm doing this for this and that reason. No, you're doing it because, I get it, like you want to boost your page. You want people to know.
But it's not fair to companies that are paying.
I do get that, but then that's
me as a company. It's not fair for me to go and I pay someone to make a coverage of my business, and their audience is not even real. It's cheating me.
Because it's like, if you don't, when you become an influencer, for instance, right? Or, I mean, again, I'm just generalizing. I'm not saying everybody, I'm not putting everybody in that bracket. Okay. And even though, say, for example, you could have been educated and, your job is to be, I don't know, an engineer. And then suddenly you establish this part of being an influencer. And you think that, okay, this is so much easier. I'm getting success. I'm getting fame. I'm going to be seen at the best parties. I'm going to be seen at all the spots, right? So this is an exit, easy way out. And then you travel, and then you're getting paid. So you ignore every other fact of what you were doing before, or you ignore all the fact that maybe you have a house, maybe you have a family, whatever. Your entire focus comes on being in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Now, the only other way you could actually be in the spotlight is if you're a celebrity, if you're an actor, and those people, I get it, because it's their job. But now, because you don't know how to act, number one, right? You're not a celebrity. So the only other way you could get through getting to do what other people, what the actual celebrities are doing is to be an influencer.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What would you say about influencers who, like, let's say, neglect their children and, leave them unattended and go around the world for random things?
Well,
Just to come back and to film them 2 minutes to pretend that they were there.
I just feel in general, like, first of all, spending time with family, right? And spending time with your niece, nephew, your own kids, which I do. I mean, I've been visiting my sister.
I have
quite a lot.
24 nieces and nephews, so I'm always with them all the time.
So for me,
this Eid was amazing with them, by the way.
yeah. So for in general, like very rarely, I would actually, in general, I'm talking about myself. I post photos of my family, etc. With my with my niece and everything. It's always in close friends because I'm not here to show it to the world.
But not only that, I think if you post photos, no problem. But I think I think the child, before you filmed him, he should have she should have the right to know what's happening to them. You understand?
I get what you mean.
So
but
like a lot of times, for example, I know someone, she's a friend of mine actually.
Okay.
When she records her daughters, she asks them, "Can I record you?"
Oh, really?
Yes.
Maybe they're adult enough to understand, maybe.
Yeah, but these girls are like, they said, okay, yeah. But like, for example, if the kid doesn't know what's happening to them and you're constantly putting them on camera, you don't know if that kid's going to go tomorrow to school and get bullied for it.
But
understand?
it could also be used.
They're like, for example, like let's say if my mom was an influencer, right?
Yeah.
And my mom, she's recording me, and let's say I'm 10 years old, right? And or like 9. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what she's doing to me. I don't know social media. I don't know Instagram. I have no idea what those platforms are, right?
Yeah.
She's recording me, and then another classmate of mine, mother, shows the kid, "Oh, this is your friend, right, Ebraheem?" Then I go to school, then the kid bullies me and says, "Oh, your mama's boy. Yesterday you went out with your mom. Yesterday you did this. Yesterday you did that," and they make fun of you. But the kid that needs to be able to say what they want, either yes or no.
I guess, putting your children on social media, depending on whatever age they are, because a lot of people.
But what's the purpose of it?
This is what I don't understand. Like, I'm going to speak for myself.
It's not like they're promoting something.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to speak for myself, and let me actually not go too far. My own sister, right? My niece now is about 9 months, and until now, she hasn't put a single picture of hers on social media or even sent it to anyone. Even if she had sent it to a very close friend, I guess it would be in that view once, because she's so paranoid to put her out there. Now that's something which is her mentality, because she feels that the kid is too small. And I know, knowing my sister, until she turns, my niece actually becomes a teenager, she's not going to actually put her. Because, she believes in eyes, first of all, and she believes that kids should not be on it.
We shouldn't go, we should look, for example, we should look at the royal family in Dubai as an example for us. Sheikh Hamdan, whenever he posts his children, he covers their faces.
Yeah.
Because he's worried, like he doesn't want people to to bother them, or to, it's protection for the children, from evil eye, from many things.
Yeah. I guess some people that do it is, I don't know, there could be different aspects, right? Sometimes when you want to put your child out there to say that, okay, this is my work and everything, and apart from what I'm doing, this is who I'm doing it for. You know what I mean? So some people may do it as a sympathy. Some people may do it for a reason that others can see that, that this is how I'm living my life. Or please don't think that I'm only traveling and partying or doing whatever. I also spend time with my kid. So it becomes like, it's like an agenda, right?
Yeah, but I think now in influencers, some of them don't have a limit to what they can do. Like there's an influencer that I know. She literally went out on social media and said that her husband gave her herpes.
I didn't know this.
Yeah,
really?
She went out and she was like, "My husband gave me herpes, and he cheated on me, and he did that." And when I saw this, I was like, "Oh my God!" And then she deleted it afterwards. But deleted after what? It's too late, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think about people, an influencer that brings out their entire business on social media, like including claiming that their husband cheated on them?
I get what you mean, and I just feel that that's literally washing your dirty laundry in public. And
no, but like
sometimes
what is the purpose of
I feel it's only
of you telling the world?
Yeah.
Okay, if you were married to someone, right?
Yeah.
So for example, me and my ex-wives, I had 3 ex-wives. Okay.
Oh.
I never ever said in public what our issues were.
Yeah.
I still have respect for them, and I'll still protect them till this day.
Absolutely.
And if they call me, any one of them call me and say, Ebraheem, do you need me to be there for you? I'll be there for them, right? This is respect. I don't use my life's issues as a way to get audience or to use it as a card to get sympathy to people.
I get
There's
what you
no
mean,
reason
yeah.
for you to go on social media and say that your husband is cheating you. Okay? And knowing that maybe your husband does not have the correct platform to defend himself.
Yeah.
Because he also has a story that he can
I
tell.
guess-
he could say that she cheated me first.
Yeah, I
Right?
get what you mean. See, I feel
see where I'm going here?
Yeah. I feel like people who do that, who are actually washing their laundry on social media, is for simple reasons. Is because you want everyone else to be aware that okay, this is the guy. He did me wrong, so never date him. That's the way I look at it. Or if you ever see him, please do not have that kind of sympathy towards him because I'm the victim here.
But don't you believe there's two sides to every story?
Yeah, there is. But I'm talking from a woman's perspective. If that person does it, it's clearly because you want to victimize yourself and put him, wherever he's supposed to be. Now, having said that, men not necessarily react like women do, right? Men are more like they play in silence, right? They'll just keep quiet. They'll not say anything in terms of that she did me wrong or she did this or she did that. They don't
just
want to
take
go.
it.
Yeah, they're just going to give you the whole silent treatment, or or perhaps remember that okay, she's the mother of my kid. Let her take her frustration out. I'm just going to take a back seat. Sometimes you just want karma to take over. But then the women out there who who want to actually voice that no, and you want to wash your dirty laundry in public in front of millions of people who genuinely don't give a shit. Like, why would everyone's there for the tea? Yeah, everyone's there for the fights. Everyone's there for the
I'm here for the
arguments. But do they really care about you? No. It's just it's like when you're bored, or we become so addicted to watching these reels. For example, you keep scrolling, you keep watching other people's businesses, people's fights that we have nothing to do. We don't even know that person, but it's just entertainment. So I guess they do it for that, or they think that they're creating an awareness amongst the other people to put the other person down,
Right.
or to show that person as the villain,
Yeah.
not knowing that nobody really gives a shit.
Also, something is funny, what I
Yeah.
realize? It's always the woman who speak about woman empowerment, and they're the first woman to tear another woman down.
That is very true. That is actually very true.
It's always the woman who speak
Yeah.
about woman empowerment,
Yeah.
and they are the first woman,
Yeah.
the first person to tear another woman down.
To be honest, Ebraheem, I've been,
I think because they have, look, I think people's problems always come from an insecure place,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
I know a particular person that she has an issue with her feminine energy. Like she doesn't have this feminine energy. You don't get it. You don't get the feminine vibe from her.
Yeah.
So therefore it's hard for her to get relationships, right? And these people who have this issue always speak about woman empowerment and always say, let's do this for the woman. But when you come actually in their actual life, you see that all they do is to tear women down from the day, at the beginning of the day until the end of the day. It could be a waiter. And I'm telling you, I've seen people with my own eyes. A woman goes to a waitress, right? And tells her, demands things. And the waitress says, no, I don't have that. And then demands more. Disrespected to her. Yells at her. Screams at her. Humiliates her. And after she's finished from her, goes and complains to the manager about her. So the way I look at it is like, what the hell? You just talk about woman empowerment. But because this lady is less fortunate, she's not on social media.
Yeah.
You take advantage of her. Or it could be a makeup artist that you made cry. Are you hurt? Are you humiliated? Are you disrespected? Are you taken advantage of, right? So I'm shocked. I'm like, I would expect someone who speaks about women empowerment to be the first person to uplift women, to give them extra money, to tip them, to do things that are nice, or give them opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So every woman that's been in my life, I've tried my best to empower them, right? But I don't go around saying I'm empowering women.
Yeah, you don't toot your own horn. I get it.
Because I'm sorry like to say this, but like my mom, she was my first woman to empower. When she decided to leave my father,
Yeah.
I was like, I have to stand by her and help her to stand on her feet. And that's what I did. I worked hard and I'm giving her the best life she can. Other than that, any opportunity, I say that I have to help the woman before the man, because the woman is more in need of someone to give her that push. because women are more sensitive, women are more vulnerable,
Yeah.
they're more gullible.
Gullible, yeah.
So that's why I said, as a man, I have to support that. But I get shocked from some women. They tear each other down. They talk so nasty about each other. They're like, oh, she's this, she's that. She sleeps with him, she sleeps with... I'm like, what the hell?
It's funny because, it's funny you say this because, again, I also know of some people who have this whole, they're like the flag bearers of women empowerment.
But they're the last
And then,
person.
and what's even funnier is that when they actually go on Instagram and then they post stuff about women empowerment or, talking about tearing somebody else down or, talking about arguments and fights. And then I see all these comments from those person's friends, for example, saying that, yes, you go girl, and I'm here for you, or could have not said it better, and the clap signs and all of that. And it's funny because those same women I've seen in other men's DMs making fun of that person, saying that, what do you think about this? Do you really think that she came for this? Or I've seen it with my own eyes. So I'm like, first of all, the delusion of the women empowerment that you're trying to create, and then actually thinking that these women are supporting you. No, bro, they're not, because I've seen them in others' DMs, in others' messages, where they're literally talking shit about you. So it's just like a bunch of people that think they're doing the right thing and supporting each other, but the fact is that they're literally just talking shit about each other.
There's a girl that I had here on the first episode. Her name is Sarah.
Yeah.
Very nice Emirati lady. And, the moment when I put her onto the podcast and we started tagging each other, like she tagged me, I tag her.
Yeah.
I had so many of her friends contact me and tell me, like, don't trust her and this and that. And I told her, I'm like, listen, these people are like, she was like, Ebraheem, give me their accounts.
Yeah.
And she told me each one of them what they did to her.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's always...
But why don't you want good for people? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, the way I met you was through a certain person.
Yeah.
And that person...
is no more in my life and your life either.
In your life, but they told me to block you.
You see?
And I was like, why would I block someone who didn't do anything wrong to me? And they're like, well, because I told you so. But listen, this is not high school.
Yeah,
you don't decide. You cannot introduce me to someone and then tell me to block them afterwards.
Look, I just feel that if, my fights are my fights, I cannot create an army and a team. And I know
100%.
people do that, going from ear to ear, trying to recruit an army and then trying to just say...
Well, you know why they recruit armies, right?
Yeah.
Because they can't handle you by themselves. You're too strong for them.
I'm like, I just feel sorry because there are women and there are people, and it's funny because in the recent past, right, this person would come see me, and the moment this person would see me actually talking to anyone or acquainted with anybody who the person was acquainted to, would literally go from ear to ear saying that, oh my God, why are you talking to Dax? Oh my God, you shouldn't talk to her. Or you should. Like, bro, relax. I have done nothing but good for you. And I don't do that.
They try to intimidate them also.
I don't try to do the same to that person because it doesn't bother me, doesn't faze me. Like, literally not. Like, you don't exist. Like, literally don't exist for me. So as much as these people try to harass you or try to come at you, it's like, I'm not interested. You could say what you want. You can do what you want. I don't want to have anything to do with you. And I just feel that I'm so consumed in the person's life, or consumed by the person's energy, because all that person is probably thinking of is me waking up, sleeping, or rather, like, even this. I'm sure these people are going to be the first one to even watch this.
Imagine someone that is willing to destroy themselves.
Exactly.
Listen, someone's willing to destroy themselves just so they don't see you successful.
Yeah.
How hateful is that?
Look, Ebraheem, let me tell you this. In my life, I've had a few people that I've helped, from actually coming into Dubai, welcoming into my own home.
Sleeping on your couch.
Actually on my bed.
On your
same
own bed?
Yes.
Same bed.
Same bed as me.
And that's the same person that goes around talking about you.
And that's the same person. And it's like, why don't you go and talk about all the good things I also did? Why don't you also go and talk about who was with you at your gender reveal or while you were birthing somebody? Do you know what I mean? Like, why don't you also go and give that side of the story?
No, because people only like to remember the negative things.
Yeah.
Because I love the saying also is don't tell me if I'm a monster. Tell me how I became a monster.
One. Yeah. And I feel, honestly, Ebraheem, I feel that you and me, both as people, or anyone, even this gentleman right here, right? You bring the good and bad side out of people. You bring that side out of people. A couple of friends that I'm estranged with right now, I never thought in my wildest dreams, you feel like these are the people that are going to be with you forever, because You've known them over a decade, right? And it's just unfortunate and sorry the way you fall apart and then the way they start talking about you.
It's sad.
It's really sad.
I'm pathetic, actually.
Yeah. And until, until actually a year or so, I would always say that I don't care like how wrong this person has done to me. I know that, if so-and-so person ever needed me, I would be the first one to be there. And unfortunately, they've actually dug me so deep under the ground that no matter what now, I wouldn't be there for them.
Not only that, they try to harm you.
Yeah. And then character assassinate you.
Physical harm, mental harm.
Character assassinate you, just like keep talking shit so that other people can feel.
Then women empowerment.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a story.
I wouldn't say like, to be honest, I wouldn't say all my friends are like that. It's been an experience. I do have, if I look at all my close friends right now, and I literally can count all of them on my fingers, and all of these friends of mine have been friends with me for over a decade.
Who would you say?
Yeah.
The worst person you've ever dealt in your life? Who would that be?
Okay, so I wouldn't say I've dealt with a person because I would never give them that satisfaction of dealing.
Who would you say that a person that hurt you the most in your entire life? I can give you like multiple questions, like A, B, and C.
I guess a couple of
it has to be one person.
Couple of women, because what they did was pretty much in the same level.
Thing.
Yeah.
So if you to choose one from those couple, okay. A, the name starts with a P. B, the name starts with an F. C, the name starts with an L.
Starts with a Z. It's called Zalana.
Zalana?
You know what they say, if you know, you know.
You know, you know. Go Google it. What does Zalana mean?
Sadness.
Crazy.
So yeah.
Okay, so now enough for spilling the tea. I think we had a good tea session. Normally, when my podcast is, we always start off with telling who you are. We go a little bit deep on some situations, and towards the end of the podcast, which we're reaching very closely, we decide to do something that we can actually benefit our lives. So this is something that I can think about right now that we can work on together. Like I said, I love empowering women, and the past 3-4 podcasts, we created some very cool concepts, including supper clubs and collaborations and chefs and everything. Yeah. But with you, I was thinking about, what if we, since now it's an opportunity for buyers in the market. Yeah. What if we try to find a full floor? Yes. In a luxury building. Oh, wow. And create like Forever Rose bespoke apartments that we can rent to tourists. Oh, wow. That's very interesting. Something around this designs. Yeah. That's Forever Rose inspired. Let's talk about 10 very nice apartments. Let's say 1-bedroom apartments, 2-bedroom apartments. Yeah. And we redo it with our design. Yeah. And I list it online to have people to have an experience in Dubai, to live in a Forever Rose themed apartment. You want to make it like a hotel apartment? Hotel apartment, but I want an entire floor. So, sorry, the moment they reach the floor, they have the full vibe from the elevator. They have a proper check-in. Yeah. They have like, proper, we can cater the food from the cafe. Yeah. They can order, it can come there. I guess then if something like that, we would, I would look at something shell and core, basically, so that we could create our own design, have our own materials fit in, and we could look up the location together. It could be downtown, it could be Business Bay, or something is not touched. I'm willing either to purchase, okay, or to collaborate with an owner. Let's say an owner, he has a full floor. I think we should collaborate with the developer. Why do you want to collaborate with an owner? See, that's why I like you. If you collaborate with the developer, we could do hand in hand, and I guess it's going to be a great opportunity. So we can collaborate with a developer, or like if you want to do something like really fast, we can do like if someone has a full floor and he doesn't want to sell it, he wants to keep it for an investment for like, some people like to park their money in Dubai, to keep their money in Dubai. Yeah. And we give him a profit of what we make from it. Yeah. I have a huge audience. Most of my audience are in the UK and US and Australia. Yeah. So when they come to Dubai, they want to come see me. So they usually come to the cafe, and I'm not always here. Yeah. So this way they can come they can have a chance to see me. Absolutely. I'll have also a full floor for myself as well. Why not? So, it'll be like Dubai in a whole nother way. Okay. I'm
going to find you something in
Deal?
the next couple of days. Yes.
Let's do it. Or a villa. We do like a
I think a top floor, full floor is
better?
more of an experience because
Okay.
you're already I guess like wherever your coffee shops are placed are like on the eye level in terms.
But you know something
on the main
that
streets,
someone told me. I was reading an article about what's the future of hotels.
Yeah.
And they told me that the future of hotels is bespoke hotels.
Exactly.
It's like little Airbnbs.
Yes.
Not Airbnbs. Bed and breakfasts.
Yeah, but I feel like something on a high floor with the view and that experience is going to be.
But if you find a villa that has like 10 rooms, 15 rooms, we can create actually something bespoke. Because you know why people like supper clubs?
Yeah.
Because they don't want to be seen in public.
Oh,
But if
I
you do
get
like
it. So you want to keep it individually
Could
just
be.
for
If there's an opportunity,
We could look at both options.
If an owner has a villa, he doesn't want to sell it, and it's an
Yeah.
extra villa, and we can
We could do
turn
that,
it.
or we could also do something where say if you're on a full floor and there's an access which only allows on this floor and nobody else can come
Yeah.
unless you have that access. I think
Something
that
like
could
that.
also make sense. Yeah.
Either full floor or a
Yeah.
really big villa
Yeah.
that the owner wants to go partners in, that we can
Absolutely.
create a Forever Rose bespoke concept.
Yeah.
And we'll split it.
Yeah. Why not?
Oh my God, I love this.
I love it too. I'm
I
so
think
excited.
And someone watching, they're probably gonna be able they'll be our first leads.
I know,
So you can
right?
contact me, our doll Dax, on her Instagram, and we can take it from there.
Yeah. Why not?
Also, anyone interested in real estate, you need a trusted real estate.
Here I am. What are your two other wishes?
Thank you so much, doll.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate
I'm really happy
you.
and you came here, and we
Thank
had
you.
such an amazing spilling the tea. And,
I know, right?
And also like innovative and going on to the future.
Yeah.
For you guys, thank you so much for watching. And until the next episode, we have just one more for season 1. I can't wait to wrap this up because I'm actually really tired. We did back to back through Ramadan, through Eid. Love you guys. Take care.
Love you guys.
If this story touched you, subscribe and join our blooming family, where we grow through everything that life puts us through. And remember, we are all still blooming. See you in the next episode.